Sorry for the technical difficulties. We will continue. At the speed of velocity radio, this is your host for 365 days. I haven't been seeing you for a few days because there's been bad weather here in the Philippines due to Typhoon Saola and Southwest Monsoon. If you don't know what Southeast Monsoon is, it's hanging Habagat, which brings a lot of winds right there. It can be only found in South China Sea. But we want to talk about Category 4 strong Hurricane Franklin, which is about to get high-end Category 4 status, maybe 150 miles per hour, 920 millibars, and it might be going now to colder sea surface temperatures right there. And meanwhile, in the Western Pacific, of course, we have another tropical system forming there in the Pacific Ocean, might entering the PAR. While you see Typhoon Saola, Category 3, winds of 120 miles per hour, and it's right to head off the Batanes Islands, and could intensify once again to a Category 4. It might be hitting Taiwan or China. Our JTWC strat will identify whether it's going to Taiwan or China. And here it is with Franklin, of course, and it's doing quite really well. It looks like the similarity to Hurricane Dorian, because it similarly looked like that. If you know Hurricane Dorian, if you live in Bahamas, then you're not gonna hear about the storm. It's literally Category 4, not supposed the same as the state as Hurricane Dorian. We're quite doing well, but it's lit, and it's quite about to weakening about a few hours or now for the next 48 to 64 hours. It might go to not warm sea surface temperatures, and it cannot last like a few days now, but it's quite doing well though. And for Saola, it's quite making a hit for Batanes Islands. and it's now maintaining its estimates. I know it's a Category 3, but it might be Category 4 again. And it's still affecting the northern Luzon and the Batanes Islands. And the storms might making a northwest direction, which is making quite a direction to China. Sea surface temperatures are quite doing well in this one. But let's start off in the Atlantic. This is where Franklin is in now at warm sea surface temperatures. As he goes further east, he might go to this little hottie sea surface hot, and then he goes later to even colder sea surface temperatures, around 50 to 11. But the rest of the Atlantic quite doing cold to the Gulf of Mexico, quite 30 to 31 degrees Celsius. In the Eastern Pacific, quite doing okay, quite at the starting 29 to 30 degrees Celsius. And in the Central Pacific is quite 26 to 25 degrees Celsius, 28 degrees. The Western Pacific it's not quite like a bunch of that, but around 30 to 30 to 31 to 32 degrees Celsius. And this little hottest might be perfect for the storm to intensify once again in these surface temperatures. In the Indian Ocean, there's little of a big spot right there, but it's quite cold, 25 degrees Celsius. While the rest is quite 30 to 29 to 28 degrees Celsius. And you see the Arabian Sea is quite 35 degrees Celsius, the hottest sea surface temperature in the world. And in the in the South Indian Ocean, you can see it's quite not that bad for it's around 27 to 26 to 24 degrees Celsius, and it's floating with 27 to 25 degrees. And for the South Pacific, it's 20 to 29 degrees Celsius because it's got this line right here. In the computer models right there, you could see Damri weakening a lot, and you see another tropical cyclone, not quite much of a hurricane, but you could oh dear. And you can see it making a landfall in Florida. Let's rewind a bit. And this is Ideala making category 1 status and hitting Florida, of course, again. And this is another hurricane going northwest and weakening right there. It's the Eastern Pacific. And yeah, and the storm, of course, is now hitting North Carolina, of course. For total acclimated person right now is quite a lot for Ideala in Florida, in Mexico, in this is loading, goddamn. Stop. Okay. I this is why this is a problem, of course. And it's hitting, and it's quite have a lot of rains in Mexico. And oh my god, this loading disrupting me again. Jesus Christ. Quite a lot of rains in Guatemala, in Mexico, in the United States, especially the most was North Carolina, and Florida. There's a lot still in Venezuela, and Panama, and Guyana. I don't know quite countries. I don't know, but I still see a lot of rains right there in Canada, and you can see the large amount of rains near Hawaii. Now, and this takes this much. How much this will be the rainy season? And in the Western Pacific, 3 storms actually formed. But let's start off with these 2 storms. And so Saola is making a landfall in Batanes Islands, while the other storm is quite intensifying a lot, with the third system quite intensifying. And then for the next few hours, Saola goes off as a category 3, and then it goes a category 4 again. And then this system, of course, you see this 963, is now quite a category 3 also. And you show this other system right there. And these 3 storms are quite much of a typhoon now. And you could see Saola making a landfall at Hainan, China. And this other storm might quite make a landfall in Batanes again, or Taiwan. While this storm is making an impact to Japan in the next few hours. And then finally the solar weekends, especially that storm which is making it to Japan. And that storm, of course, is making go to Japan, not to Philippines, not Taiwan, but it's making a large landfall, category 4, around 140 miles per hour, also hitting and the southern storm is now hitting the Japanese regions. And the reason why is actually, what you watch it closely again, is this storm is making a loop, of course, and then goes to Japan, and then makes a landfall in Japan, and then to Korea. That's a large storm, of course. And that's it for 365 days. This is Butcher TV signing off.